Hello everybody and welcome back to Rule the Waves 2 as Japan. We are 3 months into a war with France, and so far, not been going bad. We have sunk all of their battle cruisers in Southeast Asia, which I believe was 3. Forgive me, it's been a week since I recorded. And that has given us the strategic initiative in this region. Now, the problem is we are just shy of being able to actually invade some of their holdings. But if we can keep beating them into submission with the help of our allies, Great Britain, we should be able to do fairly well, in all honesty. We are building up a new class of light cruiser and new class of light carrier, the Taiyo class, which is a fairly modern 34 aircraft carrier that should give us a fairly decent advantage in the carrier fight, with us having the most carriers in the world and the most tonnage currently, but we are also building the most. So that's something. Now, France does have a light carrier, but it is a very light one. Now, my hope is that at some point we can build full-size fleet carriers soon, because the US has full-sized fleet carriers. In fact, they have 2 of them, and they're big honkin' suckers. Now, I'm hoping they're just converted aircraft carriers. Like, if we check the almanac... Also, I apologize if I cough or anything like that. I have a bit of bug in my throat, a little frog in my throat that's causing that. So these are the Yorktown class. 1916, 1917 is the Yorktown class. Yorktown class is a battle cruiser. These are converted battle cruisers. No wonder they're so big. They have 27 aircraft apiece. So our light carriers actually have a better capacity than they do. So the Constellation and the Independence. That's good to know. So we are still, I think, technically doing better than the US when it comes to actual aircraft carriers. But yeah, so far, war's been going okay against France. We are outnumbering them heavily in Southeast Asia, and hopefully very soon we see Great Britain overwhelming them enough that they are blockading them. I'm assuming at some point Great Britain's sending its spare. It's probably going to send a lot from its North American East Coast and the Caribbean. Just generally all of its holdings consolidate and outnumber the Russians is what I'm hoping. Because that blockade helped a lot in the last war. But yeah, let's go on to the next turn. Let's double check. So we've got. Okay, the first of the Taiyo light carriers is out. That is something that did happen. The other 2 of the class are being built. But one thing we're going to have to focus on once we get the Taiyos out is we're going to have to really get some big ships out. We've got 4 battle cruiser, or 3 battle cruisers and 2 dreadnoughts, and they're getting old. Almost 10 years old for the Iki. So it would be great if we could go ahead and put out a new dreadnought and some new battle cruisers, as well as some new cruisers, because it looks like it's starting to become a thing again. Heavy cruisers are becoming a thing again with new technology. And we need some light cruisers as well. We are low on light cruisers. So we need to really buff out our force, and we might go with cruisers because they're easier to get going during a war, and we can depend on our aircraft more than our big guns. That's something I'll have to think about. Alright. Let's go ahead to the next turn. Got a battleship engagement. We will accept that. They decline. We can do a coastal raid at Tonkin. We can decline that without too much trouble. Enemy sent out feelers in neutral without border changes. We should not let continue operations will secure total victory. Yeah, there we go. Scientists made unexpected advances in AP projectiles. So stable explosive filler enhances damage from penetrating hits. That's good. Our submarine I-26 is torpedoing damage a French heavy cruiser. They sank one of our subs. So we sank, yeah, so it wasn't a good month for us in trade warfare. Got some steel shortages. Other than that, doesn't look like much. Double check. Do we have any proposals out? We don't, but we're all within fairly close of our things. Okay, let's get a new torpedo bomber. Oh, we got a medium bomber we can take. Oh, medium bomber. I want range and bomb load. This will be a land-based aircraft. I want medium bombers. So we got that. Double check. We got all you on high. Lighter than air, go to medium. In fact, go to low. We don't need any more. Hopefully that gives us a better option of our heavier than air. Getting some new breakthroughs, especially for a new full-sized carrier design would be great. Okay, those battle cruisers and dreadnoughts are heading back to Europe. They are not coming out here, so that actually gives us a great advantage in this region that we need to capitalize on. I just do want to check because I've forgotten. Yeah, okay, so this is a brand new class of light cruiser. Fairly good one, too. Okay. So we need to build more of those because we're getting low on cruisers, getting thin in the waves. We also need more subs. That's something we just don't have a lot of. Okay. Let's keep going to the next turn. Finished construction of an airbase in the Caroline Islands. That's good. Torpedo bombers, patrol plane. Yes. The Tayo has finished her working up. Note she has no air group signed. Okay. Parliament authorized additional war loan. Naval budget increases. Thank you. Force circulation. 1% weight savings on machinery. Good. Yes. 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 Okay. Enemy submarine is torpedoed and sank one of our destroyers. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the name. French destroyers hit a mine in Southeast Asia and it was poorly sunk. Okay. That's good. So we lost a destroyer, but we sank one. In a battle between the British and French navies, the French ship, the Chaffin and the British destroyer Beagle have been sunk. So the British lost a destroyer for sinking a French dreadnought, which is very good. So we got that done. And the Toyo is in Northeast Asia. You're going to be moved. Nope. You're going to be moved to Southeast Asia and put on active fleet. And what's your air group look like? So they gave you 3 torpedo bomber squadrons and a single fighter squadron. I'm okay with that because we're not really going to be fighting a lot of enemy carriers right now, so it seems good. It seems like a good idea to go heavy on the bombers. So that's what we'll do. We got 1,000 extra monies a month. If we build a ship. I mean, I'd love to build this. That would be almost 3 years. Almost 3 years of building that, which we don't have the ability of actually doing. One thing I do want to check, since we're looking at buffing out our cruisers, Let's see, what does it design with a heavy cruiser now? So we're looking at 14,600 tons, 10-inch guns, and triple turrets. Improved director firing, control 29 knots, torpedo defense 1. We can get rid of the sub-waterline mounts for those torpedoes. Could bring the weight down a little bit. Do a bit of savings here. And costs a bit more per month, but inclined belt gives us a little bit better in terms of that. We can't get unit machinery, but then again, it's not made for speed, though it is a quick little bastard. I like 10-inchers, but they're -1 quality. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so it has to be -1. That's something. That's a decent heavy cruiser. It'd be a decent raider, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Those guns would be able to defend against almost anything that comes after it, except for the battle wagons. The light guns, the 14 5-inchers, would deal with merchants easily enough. And we could pump out a little bit extra anti-aircraft fire from it. So 30 anti-aircraft guns, making it a lot harder to deal with. We're going to take the conning tower down to... Can we bring it down to 11? That only gives us 10 tons to 11.5. I think that's a pretty good... yeah, we don't have as much torpedo protection. But I like the idea. It's not a bad design. We don't have diesel yet, if I recall. Let's bring it 90... 80... No, 90... We'll stick to 95, actually. I was going to say we might drop it to try and get a little bit extra, but I'm not sure what else we'd get. We won't be able to drop the ammunition down low enough to actually get another belt, like a tick in our belt armor to 6 inches. Actually, could drop... Well, nah, fire control positions 2 works. I think that's good. I think that's what we'll have to go with that. It's not a bad little design. Cost us a bit, but we can research that. And start putting out a couple of more cruisers like we need them. Okay, and I think did the French pull a battleship out? Or was that battleship the one that was... Or they had a battle cruiser, right? I think they're abandoning Southeast Asia. That's something. Enemy Senate feelers get disputed. We can get even better terms if we crush them completely. Yeah, there we go. Improved depth charge wrecks, gradual increase in national anti-sub warfare capability. So that's good. Purpose-built CVs. Okay, large aircraft carrier. That's good. Scientists report they have suffered a temporary setback in figuring out the concept of amphibious tractors. Ugh. Sank 2 subs that month. They sank a lot more of our merchants. Okay... Don't see anything major. I do want to check air groups to see how the Toyo's doing. It's been assigned its full complement. There we go. Just checking our aircraft types. Yeah, things are going well. So if we wanted to check, if we want to design ship, are we still in the era where we have to put like big guns on our big aircraft carriers? 7-inch caliber guns. Design without 8 8-inch guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 8-inch quality guns, which they say is fine. We get rid of the torpedo mounts. 4-inch belt. 63 aircraft. We can bring that down to 62 aircraft. Make it even, so that's 31 and 31 if we wanted to do like 2 like demi squadrons. Okay. Just trying to think here. It's not actually that bad in terms of price. Not that. Armor's not really going to be a thing that we can take with it. And we could take... No, flight deck armor. We can't even put a 1/2-inch. Hangar side armor. No. We're kind of limited because the Admiralty Board will not authorize a big ship without big guns. 27 knots, though, is not bad. I don't think we can raise that at all without... Yeah. It does say it's okay. So that'd be the Hosho. Or, as I think we are going to actually call it, this is the... Oh, do I have it written down anywhere? This would be the... Yeah, here we go. I have to get just my glasses. And... This is the Andronus class of my patron, Primarch Andronus. Because I think it makes sense. Our first purpose-built CV. Get the name of one of our longest-serving patrons. Not the longest, but one of them. Yeah, I think that's good. The Andronus class carrier. And we have just enough to do a feasibility study there. We'll be building some of those. Okay. Next turn. Because I don't see the French having much else out here. They might be sending a single battle cruiser in, but that's about it. They don't even have any decent air bases out here. Scientists report that they are well on their way to understanding hydrodynamic hull form. Magazine box protection enables magazine box protection scheme. Okay. The Kawashi company has developed a torpedo bomber's private venture. They want to know if you're interested in buying it. All right, let's see. Right now we have the Shiden C, so this is the Raiden. It's 3 years newer. It's got a lower top speed. Cruising speed's the same, though. Its range is better in every bracket. It's got actual firepower, so it's actually armed a little bit. It's heavy. Its torpedo is still considered a heavy bomb load, though I've seen some that are lower than that, where it's like a medium bomb load, which is pretty good. So heavy, it's got a close to 20, 19 extra nautical miles of range. Toughness is the same, maneuverability is the same. It's actually got ability to defend itself. It is carrier capable. It's not bad as a stopgap. And if we run out of torpedoes, I mean, a heavy bomb load for this thing is 1,600 pounds instead of a 1,000-pound bomb, which is pretty good. So we're actually going to accept that. Enemy submarines torpedoed and damaged a battlecruiser of ours. She's in the dockyard for 4 months. Great. Sank another sub of theirs. They sank a lot of our merchants. Steel shortages delayed the construction of one of our destroyers. There's the battle cruiser. There's that French battle cruiser. Though I don't think they're going to be able to send much else in terms of support. They're going heavy into Northern Europe to try and combat the British. But I'm hoping that they just stay there. I'm good with that. 1 more month for the Zuma to come out of the slips from her damage. 4 more months for the Simpson, or not the Simpson, the Tuscaba, the Simpson class ship, Which Simpsons are getting old. Getting pretty old. Given the fact that we have one of the smallest forces of dreadnoughts and battlecruisers in the world. But we have been going pretty heavy on fighters, or not fighters, carriers. So I can understand that. Okay. Well, we mostly just keep going. This destroyer will be done next month. This other Tayo will be done soon. So will this one. These design studies, once they're finished, we'll just let them go for a bit. And then once we start getting things out of the slipways, we'll start building new ships. I mean, we did get a bump to our budget, which doesn't... I mean, we're close to Russia now, and we're more than Italy, so that's good. So we're getting up there. We're still 100 behind France, but, you know, what are you going to do? Next turn. A new destroyer commissioned in the Navy. They sank 8 of our merchants that month. 180 VP from Great Britain. And that's it. Not now. We're not going to build it. We just wanted to see if we could build it. Sorry about the coughing, guys. Like I said, I got a little frog in my throat. I'm working through it. Okay, you got 8 months to go. 2 months for these guys. We'll just let things... We won't put things immediately on. Once they're done, we'll save up some money. Because that will help us out quite a bit. Alright. We just keep going. Carrier battle. They have no carriers. So I will accept. They decline. Once more resources prepare for offensive that will shift strategic initiative. So here's the thing, if I don't support them, there's a chance that it could be a disaster taking away victory points. No, we need more money for our Navy. We've put so much effort into the Army, and they have not given us results. Hydrodynamic hull form, so it reduces engine horsepower requirements. That's good. We got medium AA weapons, so 40mm automatic cannons. They sank another one of our subs. We got 2 merchants that month. They got 9, and we sank one of their subs. So that's not great. Alright. 1 more month for these guys to be done. Andronus design study is almost finished. Really what we need is a bump to our invasion capability. Because that is, if we get another research, I think we should have our invasion range just a little bit more so that we can actually plan it, and they won't be able to actually counter us. Really, I mean, they've got a single battle cruiser, and I don't see any more French reinforcements coming down the coasts. And they're definitely chipping at each other's heels. They're nipping at each other's heels. They're getting close to each other. If the British decided they could probably outnumber the French. I mean, they definitely could. The problem is they'd have a limited number of tonnage on foreign stations, which is not great for them. I mean, they already pulled back the battlecruiser that was in this hex. But they got a whole bunch of... They got 8 big ships in South Pacific. I mean, that's probably because of Australia and New Zealand, but still, that should be over in Europe. That, or they should be preparing for an invasion somewhere down here, trying to take like New Caledonia or something, or or Polynesia. Those would be good invasion targets. All right. Next turn. A battleship engagement around Formosa. We accept. They decline battle. Congo has condenser trouble. That's what happens with older ships. 2 destroyers commissioned in the Navy. Offering to sell us the rights to armor development, integral armor. No thank you. Top spies managed to get hold of blueprints for Russian dreadnought currently under construction. That is a monster. 41,200 tons. Improved director fire control. Yeah, that is a monster. Examination of captured enemy munitions has helped us in a research in explosive shells. Don't know where we would have captured enemy munitions from. New medium bomber prototypes ready for evaluation. We don't have anything to compare them to. But we went for range and bomb load. So the bomb loads are all the same. So we're looking for something with a decent range and then all the other stats. Well, this one's firepower is the weakest, but it's got moderate maneuverability, decent toughness, a good range on all of these metrics, and it's also got the fastest max speed and the fastest cruising speeds. That's not bad. The Mitsubishi XMB-24 is gonna win this competition. I wish it would have had a better bomb load, but it's a medium bomber. Got that. Let's sank each other's ships a little bit here and there. Nothing too big. Okay, not now for that carrier. We want to save some money and finish building the 2 light carriers we have and this light cruiser. Sorry, I took a drink. Though we could go ahead and build another light cruiser, because we definitely have enough money for it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's another 21 months, but we need some new ships, so we just need to really focus in on these things. Yeah, not bad. Truck's air base can be expanded. So can yours. I know it's not great for our budget, but we need more air bases. We need more planes everywhere. We need to make sure the home islands and our colonies, our possessions overseas are protected from the finest Japanese, or with the finest Japanese aircraft. I do like the Russians have still not reinforced the far eastern possessions they have. But then again, all they have is the single one that they can't lose anymore, except for this one, which would be something I'd be interested in. Might go for like a northern strategy at some point. But I'd still want to try and get Southeast Asia, because we got like Sumatra, which has oil on it, Sumatra, which has oil. And Burma, which has oil. Both of those would be great, taking our dependence away from foreign oil imports. But we'll have to see. Looking at the time, though, I think it's going to be the end of this episode. So, thank you for joining me for this episode. If you'd like to, please leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. If you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button down below, as well as take a look at the description down below, where I have links to my Discord and my Patreon page. I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye.